Hey guys, it's been whole 2 weeks. In this digest, the best Cybertruck Gigafactory offer, factories closing down and reopening, and SpaceX sending people to the moon. About Tesla. Elon Musk wrote that he's not over his smart home HVAC idea. He wants it to be quiet and efficient, with humidity control and a HEPA filter. Tesla already has experience designing a HEPA filter for its cars, and it proved itself quite useful over the years. Musk already talked about it with Joe Rogan 2 years ago, but he hasn't talked about it since. A Model 3 owner in the Early Access program shot a video where Tesla Autopilot detects a red light and stops automatically. Cool, huh? Want to hear something funny? A thief in Czech Republic decided that stealing Model S is a good idea. But then he realized that Tesla is an electric car and he has only 5 kilometers of range left. He then figured he'd go to a service center to charge. The service center employees recognized the car but didn't recognize the driver and called the owner to make sure the car wasn't stolen. In 10 minutes, the thief was arrested, and the owner got his car back in 20 minutes. We've already told you about Alameda Sheriff being against Tesla working in Fremont, and we can now say he's won. The company had to send the majority of its employees home. The Fremont factory was shut down on March 23rd, as well as a Gigafactory in New York, but it's been recently reopened to produce ventilators for COVID patients. Tesla provided 250,000 N95 masks and PARP helmets for doctors across the country. Musk says they will supply the ventilators, no matter if they have to produce them or buy them. The 1,000 ventilators Elon donated to California were not produced by Tesla. Elon bought it in China from ResMed, Philips, and Medtronic. He said they will supply them for everyone who needs a free ventilator. Gigafactory in Nevada is still in operation, though workforce was cut down by 75%. Meanwhile, the Shanghai Gigafactory is producing 3,000 cars per week, and Gigafactory Berlin progress is impressive. Tesla notified its employees that 2 of their co-workers have been tested positive for the coronavirus. They're recovering now and have been working from home for 2 weeks now. Tesla says they've been taking all necessary safety measures, but still asked employees who have been in contact with their sick co-workers to watch out for symptoms. It's going to be hard for Tesla to reach their Q1 goal for 2020. Last week they were at around 70–80%. Now this goal seems to be out of reach because stores were closed down together with malls. Looks like for the first time ever, Tesla will have lots of cars in stock. They're also about to furlough employees in Norway due to the drop in sales. But the company is making the best of a bad situation and is using this hard time to upgrade their factories. Tesla's already built a tent to house Model 3 assembly line, and now they're planning to do the same for Model Y. Speaking of which, Musk named Tesla Model Y's heat pump one of the best engineering efforts he's seen in a while. Of course, he takes no credit for it. He says credit goes to the Tesla team. Bloggers have already been opening up their Ys to look at it. Model Y also got Autopilot sensor heaters for bad weather. Tesla owners have been asking for it for a long time now, even though Elon said that Autopilot is mostly relying on cameras, and sensors are virtually useless in the long term. Abhai Rai from Michigan was the first to take a contactless delivery of his Model Y. Tesla's been introducing new delivery options around this time. There's an express delivery where you go and pick up your car, sign the papers that have been left inside, and watch a couple of videos to learn how to operate your new car. Tesla Direct Drop, where they drop your vehicle at a location you choose, a home or a workplace. You unlock the car via the Tesla app and then send the remaining paperwork by mail. And then there's Tesla Direct, where your vehicle is brought directly to you by a Tesla employee at a location of your choice. They give you a walkthrough of the vehicle, you sign your paperwork, and you're ready to go. Tesla is also offering a contactless service. Tesla Rangers are proving to be very valuable during this time. There is a leak that suggests Tesla is working on an air suspension for Model 3 and Model Y. It was available as an option for Model S and Model X and quickly became standard. Model 3 and Y weren't going to get it, and Elon Musk denied that these vehicles will get the feature, but documents suggest otherwise. Cybertruck will also get air suspension. Oklahoma is trying to get Elon Musk's attention to get Tesla to consider the state for its upcoming Cybertruck Gigafactory. The state representatives built a website with a great name, and it's hard to ignore. The website is filled with memes and offers 1,500-acre piece of land for a $100 refundable deposit. They're calling it BFF, and it has its own Twitter account, which they use to laugh at other competitors. For example, they commented on Missouri's offer, bless its little 100-acre heart. According to Cybertrucktalk.com, most truck reservations are coming from the US. It's 76%. Next is Canada with 10%, then Australia, UK, Norway, Germany, Sweden, Netherlands, France, and Iceland. About Tesla Energy. Tesla clients say Powerwall delivery takes several months due to high demand because of the California Self-Generation Incentive Program. People can get a rebate worth from $2,900 to $5,800. Tesla has already exhausted the quota for upcoming installations, but other certified Powerwall installers still have access to incentives. Some of them have been advertising the offer as buy 2 Tesla Powerwalls and get 1 free. About SpaceX. SpaceX too got into mask and sanitizer production. Musk has already sent out masks and costumes to a hospital in LA. Internal documents say that sanitizer is up to CDC requirements. SpaceX is also planning to do blood tests in Hawthorne. The Federal Communications Commission approved SpaceX for deploying up to 1 million ground devices for the Starlink network. SpaceX should begin operations before March 13, 2021, but the company says the internet will start working in the northern parts of the US and Canada this year. The device is going to be half a meter in diameter, so Elon was right saying it's the size of a pizza box. Meanwhile, one of the fairing halves from the latest Starlink launch is safe and sound. Are they going to use it for the 3rd time? By the way, Elon Musk confirmed there was an early engine cutoff during the latest Starlink launch. Losing the first stage wasn't a surprise, according to Musk, because it was its 5th flight, so the booster was worn out. Elon also says SpaceX is not going to use these boosters for anything but SpaceX missions because they cannot risk other companies' satellites. SAOCOM 1B mission is being postponed indefinitely due to the coronavirus. It was planned for March 30th, but it's not going to happen until the situation stabilizes. The launch date will be set when the Argentinian Space Agency employees can go back to work. SpaceX will take more steps to reduce the impact of its Starlink satellite constellation on astronomy, says the lead SpaceX engineer Jessica Anderson. She notes that preliminary results show noise reduction, and they still have a couple of other ideas that could further reduce reflectivity. One of those ideas is a sunshade that would deploy like an umbrella. That will be tested on a future Starlink mission. According to recent observations, new satellites are 55% dimmer than the first Starlink satellites, but the astronomers are expecting them to be 10 to 20 times darker for normal work. Speaking of satellites that are already in orbit, SpaceX will replace them with darkened ones as soon as they're out of use. Crew Dragon Demo 2 mission is planned for May. The mission can take up to 3 months instead of 1 week. A good way to hide from the virus. Although there was a problem during the parachute test, but it should not affect the schedule because SpaceX still has 2 tests planned. SpaceX will become the first American provider of cargo launches to the moon's orbit. They're working together with Gateway Logistics Services, and cargo will be launched as part of the NASA Artemis mission. In 2024, a man and a woman would go to the moon. NASA wants to set up human presence on the moon with the help of SpaceX Dragon XL vehicle. They're expecting the ship to complete at least 2 missions, where it would spend 6 to 12 months in orbit. The Starlink SN3 progress is incredible. The prototype's base is being moved to the launch site for testing, along with liquid nitrogen. If all goes well, SN3 will go into fire testing. The SN4 will come soon to you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week.